Man, we got a video from tonight's conversation, and this chick asked a question that got the whole panel in an uproar. Let's get to it, man.
So I've been dealing with a married man. I just want to know why it turns me on.
Because you're broken. Because you're lost. Because you have daddy issues. Because you don't love yourself. Because you need a better relationship with yourself, God, and a therapist. And until you get all that in alignment, you don't need to nobody, date nobody, see nobody, talk to nobody but yourself.
Let me say something to you, baby. Listen to me. I'm not gonna beat you up. Don't let anybody else in here make you believe that because you made a bad decision that you're a bad person. Because you are not.
I'm not.
You are a person.
Come on, man. So you basically telling her she ain't a bad person because she's cheating with a married man. Like, come on now. I see if you done stole a soda or something slight, but you actually having an affair with a married man.
Who made a bad decision. And everybody that's sitting in this room has made bad decisions.
Decisions.
No, I'm just saying.
3 years of decisions.
Okay.
Let me
ask you a question.
I'm ready for it.
Haven't you made bad decisions that you habitually made over and over again in doing it?
Yes, but I have some shame.
You haven't witnessed somebody else doing the same thing you did and feel like they were wrong for what they were doing?
Of course.
So she knows what she doing.
I said that.
I hear what you're saying, that just because someone makes mistakes doesn't mean they're a bad person.
Right.
But this is a morally corrupt person who knows what she's doing. It's okay for us to acknowledge that sometimes people are bad people. Sometimes we have to bring in a certain level of shame for them to see themselves. She needs to see herself.
The bad person.
Exactly. Kitty is right. Like, she knows she's a bad person. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that when these people gonna get on these podcasts and try to baby these people. You need to tell these people, you're doing something wrong.
Thing though, that's where I kind of agree a little bit with what he's saying. It's like, okay, this segment of my behavior is bad.
That's the problem, Ace. We measure sin differently.
Yeah.
See, if you want to fuck somebody and then you measure it like, oh, that's not that bad. But if somebody else tell a lie, you're the worst person in the world. God doesn't measure sin like that. We human beings do.
What you describe as compartmentalization, that doesn't work. We're not talking about one's not bigger than the other sin. We're talking about compartmentalizing the fact that I can go sleep with a married man and be a good person because I go to church on Sunday, but I'm this man on Monday, so I'm bad over here. It don't work like that.
Hold on. If I go lie, if I go bear false witness, if I go do some other steal something, it's okay long as
not okay. It's still a bad decision that represents bad character. The Bible says not to be lukewarm, to be hot or cold. You either made a bad decision or you made a good decision. It ain't no in between. That's it.
Bible say sin is sin too.
But also your decisions also tell your decision the character of a person that you are.
I get that.
That's my
First of all, let's go ahead and talk about this whole situation, man. This woman knows she's wrong because she's messing with a married man. And she knows she's wrong. At the end of the day, you've been messing with this married man for what, 20 years, something like that? You know the dude married. You ain't getting none out of it. All you getting is what you trying to get off of your pleasure, whatever. But you ain't gonna never be happy because he's always gonna stick with his wife. That's the problem with some of these women, man. They get with these married men, they get with these dudes in relationships and love being the side chick. They don't want to be the main chick. They love being the side chick because at the end of the day, being the side chick is probably more rewarding than being the main chick.
That's really nice to me. But being a lady who's very toxic and has children, it's very hard.
Does this guy want something more serious?
He absolutely wants something more serious. But like, I'm a hot pocket. And I like to live my best life, and I use men's.
Describe what you mean.
And I don't know how.
What is a hot pocket?
I get around, you know. I like to spread the love.
I thought you were saying like she hard on the outside, she tastes good for the first bite, but she really cold in the middle.
Like I've been known to use men's for things.
Men's.
And then there's this guy. Yeah, multiple at the same time.
I see.
We got a barbecue in the backyard. Whatever.
Men is already plural, by the way. Wait, what's her dilemma? Sound like you got everything figured out to me.
Well, I'm a modest woman, and I would love to have a family and everything.
I can't.
This woman. This woman. After all that, what's your dilemma?
It's like,
First of all, I see why they laughing, because you've been messing with all these men, talking about screwing all these men and doing all this stuff with these different men, and you being I'm not gonna say she's a H, but you know, she playing all these men, and now you want a happy life. God don't like ugly. You know what I'm saying? It seems like people, they'll play with these people's emotions and think at the end of the day, God is gonna reward you at the end of the day. No. God ain't gonna reward you for being dirty. God is not gonna reward you for being dirty. God is he's gonna mess with you because you're dirty, but at the end of the day, man, shorty, you need to get yourself fixed first before you even try to deal with anybody else, man.
That's not why we stopped speaking.
Why we stopped speaking? Tell me. This is what happened now that I remember.
Good.
Is that we was arguing via text or whatever it was. And she sat there and texted me, I wish HUD and Trell was alive, because them was some real niggas and they wouldn't appreciate the way you've been treating me.
Said, I wish HUD and Trell was still alive, because you probably would have treated me better.
Whatever that is, that triggered me. For you to tell me about the niggas that I grew up with from the sandbox, I knew HUD since I was 2 years old. I knew Trell since I was 11 years old. You gonna tell me how my niggas should tell me how to treat you? It triggered me. I don't even remember what I said, but I felt really offended on the fact that you telling me about how my brother and my other, and Trell, like HUD like my brother and Trell's like my cousin, what they would tell me about you. And that's what ended the friendship for me as well. That's still a sensitive subject for me as far as my friends. I have a lot of friends who died, but those were really two close friends. Absolutely so. I don't understand it today. I'm not gonna ever understand you telling me about my niggas that you know for 2 years, as opposed to me growing up with them for 30 something years. I'm never gonna understand that. I'm just not. I'm not gonna lie. Now I feel away again. Shit was cool, but I feel away. To be honest with you, Nick, hang up. Let's sit and them discuss this about themselves. I don't want to talk about my dead friends that don't know my dead friends as well as I know my dead friends.
That's not.
You know what though, man? I agree with Cam. That's like if a woman tell me if my homies are still alive, you would treat me better because they alive. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how do you know how my friend's gonna react? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times women always try to throw this in a man's face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, if your friends were alive, you would have treated me better. They'd teach you to treat me better and all this stuff. I'm like, at the end of the day, that's you. It could be your fault. Why you bringing my deceased friends into the equation? You know what I'm saying? Especially if I have a history with those friends. And that's the problem. Like, people always do this. They'll bring deceased friends, deceased families into situations and conflict, and they don't know what the history of our friendship was. You known them for a couple of weeks. I've known them for 30 years, and you're going to bring them into the whole equation. That's 1,000% wrong, man. Respect for Cam for keeping this cool, man, because I know me, I would have lost it. But hey, it's your boy Jay here with another video. Make sure that like button, make sure the subscribe button. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, folks, I'm out.
Just don't sit there. Click on the next video. You won't regret it. I promise you.